you gonna cut
I want to see you cut it. I want to see some blood.
Okay. What are you gonna cut it with?
With a scalpel. We're going to do a heart dissection.
Thing.
And I was showing you this is the front of a heart. The scullus goes across diagonally in the front. In the back, it's up and down vertically.
Okay.
In the front, we can see the apex is the bottom. We call that the inferior end, and the base, the superior end, is the top. We're going to make a coronal cut, which means we're going to cut the heart front half off the back half. But we're not going to cut at the top because that's where the big vessels, blood vessels are. And we want to keep those, we don't want to cut those so we can see them later on where the blood goes. So I'm going to start on the side. And heart muscle is very tough.
Is it?
Ooh.
Where's
I want to feel it. Daddy, can I feel it? It's inside.
Okay. Now, it won't open up very easily because there's still some more to cut, like the valves. So I'm going to open it up.
Use your muscles.
Okay. And I'm going to carefully cut anything else that's holding it.
In place. Don't cut your thing. Don't cut your thing. Brown blood. Red blood.
Is that red?
Oh, we gotta go see the blood. When he cuts it all open, we're gonna see the blood vessels.
Daddy, can you cut that string off?
That's a string.
I think it's strings. Where's that? Where's that? Can we cut that? Can I poke it? I want to poke that piece. It looks cool.
And here
Be quietly.
is a heart valve. Before I cut it all the way, we can take a look. It's a valve, and this is the left AV valve. It's a bicuspid valve. These are the chordae tendineae. They hold the valve in place. And when blood comes through, it comes through down from the atrium into the ventricle, but it can't go back because these will close like a little door.
I just really feel like
And that's a valve.
I really feel like poking it.
And now that we've seen the valve, I'm going to cut open the other side a little more.
Okay.
I feel like poking it. Daddy, I really feel like poking
And
it.
we can even see, this is usually hard to see, but we got lucky. We can see this is that is the aortic semilunar valve. That valve keeps the blood going out the heart through the aorta to the rest of your body. Make sure it doesn't come backwards back into the heart. This is the left side of the heart. It's on our right because we're looking at the anterior view of the heart. Very, very thick myocardium, thick heart muscle. Because you need a lot of force to push the blood throughout the body. And the much smaller right side doesn't need too much force because it only has to push blood to the lungs, which are just next to the heart. And here we actually see we got a little lucky here. This is some blood that got clotted in probably after the sheep was slaughtered.
Oh, I feel like poking
That's a clot of blood. That's clotted blood
Oh, I want to poke it.
in the
Daddy, can I poke it?
in the right ventricle.
I want to poke it. I want to poke it.
And there's a little bit of the
Second
right
Gotta get
AV
that
valve. Okay, and now we're going to find the major vessels. So we're going to find the aorta. The aorta
What's the aorta?
goes out of the left ventricle. That's a left ventricle. It goes up through the aortic valve. And if we do that right, it'll go right out the aorta.
Can we poke it?
And
I want
there it
to
is.
poke it.
That's the aorta. And we're going to mark it with a red straw.
Is that why we have straws?
Yeah, and this is the aorta. It takes oxygenated blood from the heart, left ventricle, to everywhere in your body. Everywhere in your body.
Poke it.
Now we're going to look for the second largest artery, the pulmonary artery, which is easy to find because it's usually right there. There it is. And if you put your finger in there, it should take you all the way down into the right ventricle. So we're going to go through the other way. From the right ventricle, it should take us out. So here's the right side of the heart. I'm going to go out the right ventricle. Oh, here we go. The blood clot was in the way. We're going to take that out. There's the clotted blood.
Wow. That's huge.
I want to smash this.
That's pretty big.
It looks cool. It looks yummy. It looks yummy. It looks yummy.
Don't eat it. It's blood.
No, I'm
There
not
it
going
is.
to eat it.
Oh, Daddy. Put down the blood.
And there it is. That is the
Put down the blood.
pulmonary artery. Right there. And we're going to mark it with blue because the blood, though it's not really blue, that's what the textbooks use to show deoxygenated blood. And this would take blood, the blue one, to both your lungs, to your left, and then to your right lung. So these are out. These are arteries because they pump blood out of the heart. And now we're going to do the veins. We'll do the left side, the pulmonary veins, bringing blood back to the heart from the lungs. And since it's coming back from the lungs, it's going to be red to show it's oxygenated. That one's pretty easy. That one's right there. So that is going to be the pulmonary vein. Actually 4 veins, 2 from each lung, all meet there in the back of the heart, bringing back the blood. And the last major vessel is the Vena Cava. There are 2 of them, one superior coming from the top, the head and the upper body, and one inferior from the lower body. It's easier to find the superior, and that's what we're going to mark. So that's going to go out to the atrium, right atrium, and there is the very big vein, the superior vena cava. And that brings blood back from the body to the heart. So you can see the way blood moves through a heart. It's going to come from the lungs into the heart, into the left atrium, down to the left ventricle, then squeezed up and out the aorta everywhere in your body. Then it's going to return through the vena cava into the right atrium, right ventricle, and then squeezed up and out to your lungs. Then back from the lungs and out to your body, and then back from your body and out to your lungs, over and over again for your entire life. Never stops, not once. And that's a heart dissection.